Labor agreement. This is a very famous topic, amongst the people who are working in aged care facilities or any facilities or any occupation that is not normally listed for 482 or 186 employer sponsorship visas. Now let's explore what's labor agreement in this video. Hi, my name is Nish from Professional Visa and Education Services, your immigration lawyer and also migration agent since 2015. Today I'm going to talk about what labor agreement is in general, in layman term. So labor agreement is specifically designed for an employer who is having a bit of a hard time finding that skill set or that labor shortage in the market in that particular occupation, which are not generally listed into our common occupation list for 482 or 186. So this is a separate arrangement depending on the sector of this particular industry that we're talking about, which are not normally stipulated into our standard occupation list. For example, aged care. So aged care, if you go down a pathway of 482, a normal standard process, it's not available in the normal occupation list. So what we need to do is then this particular aged care provider has to apply for the labor agreement with the government. When I say agreement, as the name suggests, it's a contractual obligation between the employer and the Department of Home Affairs, where you need to demonstrate as an employer that you have this particular skill shortage in that particular industry, and there are no normal pathways, no standard pathways to apply for a sponsorship for that particular occupation. And you have to also further demonstrate that these particular occupations cannot be generally fulfilled by Australian citizen or the local from Australia. So you need to source a migrants to fulfill this labor shortage or skill shortage in this particular industry. That is labor agreement. So the agreement can vary in relation to the location of the employer, the requirements of the employer. Therefore, there are arrangements where you could potentially have exemption for age, exemption for qualification, exemption for skill assessment. So there are greater flexibility, not just that you can find the occupation that are not normally available in a standard occupation list through the labor agreement pathways. Not just that, but also there are exemption available, which is why this particular word is quite famous amongst the migrants, because the threshold is significantly low in comparison to normal streamlined pathway for 482 and 186. Hopefully this particular terminology will shed some lights with this video, and you can make some decisions whether or not the labor agreement pathway for 482 or 186 is a more suitable pathway for your permanent residency journey. Thank you so much for watching. This is Nish from Professional Visa and Education Services again. You can make a booking or you can visit any of our consultants in our Sydney, Melbourne or Canberra branches. Thank you so much for watching. Keep sharing and keep liking our video. Thanks so much. Bye-bye.